12 marbles are ready to race today at Event 1 of Glasscar, the Sunstorm Grand Prix. May I remind you to check out the Marble Sports Worldwide podcast, a podcast that will cover all aspects of this race on the weekly show and all other Fubeca races in the future. Look it up on YouTube, Marble Sports Worldwide podcast. Also, don't forget, of course, to subscribe to Fubeca for more content. Rainforest in the pole sitter position, followed by Penguin, Canarium, Nitro, Ivory in the top 5. And in the bottom 2, Volcano and Dragon's Tail. Take a look at those top 5 and the bottom 2 during the race. See if a comeback story will mount, or if those top 5 will struggle a little bit facing the other elite competitors below them. Panning over these marbles, they all look ready to race, poised, composed at the start. First race of Glasscar. All the officials lined up, as well as the fans and the trainers. Nervous but excited for the inaugural race of Glasscar. The lights are all on and we are rolling. Rainforest out to the right side immediately, and Canarium will jump to the lead already, hitting those guidelines. So moving out there, and let's take a look at Ivory now at first place. Nitro just behind as they go up through the self-propulsion system for the first time. These guidelines here, pieces of foam kind of messing with the marbles a little bit, moving them around. Nitro into the lead. And look at Volcano already starting in 11th place. And he has jumped up to 2nd place. Youngest competitor in Glasscar this year, a rookie. Certainly showing that he's here to race. Ivory moving around, a collision there with Nitro. Has the lead. Nitro trying to push back on the left side, no movement there. Just take a look at Volcano moving behind Nitro, drafting, gaining some speed. And Ivory's losing some speed. Now Volcano here to the left side and now gonna move past. Grab the lead here in lap 3. 20 laps on this circuit. Volcano has established a huge lead. Nitro and Ivory both slowing down after that collision with him. He's going around the hairpin through the chicane, trying to maintain the gap he has. Behind Ivory, we have Penguin moving, as well as Rattlesnake, trying to make their way up into the top 3 and do well for their nation here in the first race of Glasscar. Volcano holding that lead. Nitro trying to move back in front, taken to the left sides, got him around the outside of the curve, and Nitro is going to move back into first place. Ivory falling back, but you see Rattlesnake now up into 4th place as well, working his way up, started in 7th place. But you look at Rainforest all the way down in 7th after starting in that pole position, as he hesitated to move off to the right side at the start. Nitro still holding fast in the front. Volcano, the rookie, doing the best he can to weave through the chicanes. But he's getting hung up on the side a lot, losing a lot of speed here on these final curves on each of the lap. Lap 6 we're in now. And these guidelines certainly sticking out a bunch, really messing with these marble speed and pulling on their agility to win the day here. See Angel all the way down in 12th place right now. That's not where she wants to be, but she's very composed on the course. I think she's good. Oh, look at that. As I say that, jumps up into 8th place. Look at that. Angel up into 8th from 12th. And now we're going to leave Dragon's Tail down at the bottom. He started at the bottom. He's still at the bottom. No challenge mounted from him at all yet. We'll have to see how the rest of this race goes. Look at that Volcano weaving around Ivory. Agility on the course is wonderful here. Volcano on that left lane, taking the outside line and staying in front. Dragon's Tail up into 11th place as Black Shadow now takes that last place spot. Ivory on Volcano's tail, drafting for some speed, but is not going to get around him. Look at Volcano moving around Nitro as he hesitates at the guideline, and Volcano's going to grab that top spot. Look at Ivory with some collisions there. Around the outside curve, trying to catch up to Volcano, but every time she moves, Volcano moves in front. Another cutoff from Volcano, and it's not going to happen. Ivory now left behind a few inches there as Volcano Not only aware of what's going on in front of him, but also the movement behind him. That's how he stays in front of Ivory here, moving in front of her, cutting her off, and dubbing her momentum. Ivory now battling with Nitro, having some trouble with Nitro. Look at that right there. Overtakes her on the inside line of that curve. Nitro has not given up yet. Now Rockslide, the veteran, up into 4th place. Good to see him there. Rainforest also making some moves back. Volcano dropping back into 3rd place, with Nitro now reestablishing the lead. It's been a battle between these three, but Rockslide says, let me get in on this action, as he's hot on their tail up into 4th place here. Look at some movement there from Rainforest. Rattlesnake really knocking into him there. Some aggressive movements from Rattlesnake. He's going to stay in front of Rainforest for the moment. Nitro holding that top spot as Rockslide up into 2nd place. Slow and steady, Rockslide is overtaking each of these competitors. Ivory is not catching up. Ooh, hit off that guideline. Both marbles do, though, and it's the same distance. Volcano, the rookie, has dropped back a little bit. Only lap 12, so still plenty of room for him to move right now. See how that speed moves. Look at Volcano moving back and forth through those chicanes, weaving very, very skillfully. We will see how he approaches these top 3. It's going to be hard to get past all 3 of these marbles to get to the top. But if there's anyone up to the challenge, it's the rookie Volcano. Not much movement from his rival Pacifica, who's back in 10th place, staying in front of Dragon's Tail and Black Shadow at best. And look at that, Volcano moving around Rockslide as Rockslide slows down on the 1 guideline there, taking advantage of all the mistakes these other marbles are making. Volcano is one of the most aware marbles on the track so far. Certainly some mistakes here and there, but you can't blame him. With these elite competitors, there's no way you can be perfect every time. But Volcano was certainly able to capitalize on the bad movements of other racers. And almost did it there with Ivory, but Ivory straightened herself out, holding to that left lane now. Volcano looking on the inside line, trying to stay in front of Rockslide. Not the easiest movement for him. Rattlesnake, you see there, trying to catch up there back there in 6th. Rainforest had overtaken him. Oh, look at that. Rockslide making a move for Nitro. Around the outside line, Nitro cutting on the inside, and he's going to stay in front. A tough movement there. Well, these marbles are still holding all their speed. A lot of energy today in race 1 of Glasscar. Nitro. What a surprise, out in front. Yes, about speed, but usually the reckless racing can get him in trouble. But he's really holding them off right now. He's smartening it up for this race. Ivory has moved up into 2nd. Volcano now jumped past Rockslide into 3rd. Off the barrier there. Volcano pinballing back and forth between those guidelines. And it is all Nitro's race right now. Ivory is doing everything she can to catch up, but it is not happening. Nitro had a couple of hiccups during the race so far, but as we head into lap 18, it is straightened out in his favor, and 1st place belongs to Nitro. Take a look, you see Rockslide now back into 6th place. Dragon's Tail and Penguin now at the bottom. Not good looks for them for their first race. Look at that, Rattlesnake moving up into 4th place. Some moves from him. And Ivory is slipping away at this point. Lap 19, and Ivory's down into 5th place. She was up in 2nd for most of the race, but now Rattlesnake is making his moves. Moving around Rainforest, now moving around Volcano as he shoots up the self-propulsion system. It is Rattlesnake to try to challenge Nitro. Out of nowhere, he works his way up right at the end, and there's 1 lap to go. Rattlesnake is the only one who seems to have the chance to put an end to Nitro's reign. Ivory has dropped back to 6. A tough look for her. Volcano, followed by Rockslide and Rainforest here in the 3, 4, 5 spots. Nitro in the lead still. Rattlesnake, 2nd place. The gap is huge. I think it's too much. And Nitro with a final bump off the barrier, comes across the finish line in first place. Nitro is your victor for Glass Car Race Run. Rattlesnake follows just behind, followed by the veteran Rock Slide. Volcano, the rookie, a decent performance landing in 4th. Rainforest does decent for his pole position in 5th. Ivory in 6th. Angel was able to jump back up to 7th. Canarium, Black Shadow, Pacifica, Dragon's Tail, and unfortunately for Penguin, last place in the first race, the Sunstorm Grand Prix. Unfortunate finish, but for Nitro, a celebratory night, as well as Rattlesnake. Great finishes for them. A good comeback from Rattlesnake, who shot up into the end at the end. Shot up into 2nd place in the last lap, the last couple of laps. And Volcano had the fastest lap in this race as well, with a time of 24.112. Certainly the rookie was moving it quick for most of the race, but eventually tired out a little bit and could not keep up with Nitro the whole time. Next event is Sunstorm Circuit 2 next week. Join us then. See how this race continues to unfold. Take a quick look at some of the replays. Look at the start. See how Rainforest immediately rolled off to the right side there and already let Marbles in front. Canarium had the lead at first, but the slew of Marbles behind him just overwhelmed him immediately. And he got stuck back in the pack there for most of the race. Ivory, who came out of the chaos in the lead, held that top spot and battled with Nitro for most of this race. But it really is the end of the race that matters. The finish is the most important part. And Ivory was not able to stay up there with Nitro through the last few laps. Got a good look at Volcano as well, the rookie this season. Youngest competitor. Having some times with first place, as well as some good collisions, and his awareness on the track was masterful. Some good plays against Ivory there to stay in front. And you see that he will be a competitor to contend with. Pacifica, the rival, is not really showing much in the way of the speed he's supposed to have. But looking at the podium here for the first race, Nitro in first, Rattlesnake second, and again, Rock Slide in 3rd. We will see you next time for race 2 of Glass Car.